In 2013, 3 people were killed when a man opened fire during a meeting of township supervisors in Ross Township, Monroe County. Among the killed, the township zoning officer who was also a supervisor in neighboring Chestnut Hill Township. Elected officials must consider the safety of municipal staff as well as residents during public meetings. Resources exist through state police for those without municipal police departments. And for those with municipal police departments, experienced law enforcement personnel can provide expertise in safeguarding buildings and ensuring any incident in a public meeting does not escalate into anything more than a verbal disagreement.
So I guess it's unfortunate now that we even have to talk about this. So one of the things that law enforcement in municipal law enforcement in Pennsylvania is charged to do is, or tasked to do, is public safety. But we often forget the safety within our own municipal buildings. One of the things here in Plumstead Township that we have is a safety committee, where our safety committee meets once a month to go over the safety of our building, the safety of our facilities. And one of the things that we do talk about is the safety of the building and our staff. We have to look at the day-to-day operations of our staff, both police and civilian in the administrative side. But we also have to look at the security of our citizens and our visitors during those township meetings. Unfortunately, history has proven that bad things do happen at some of these meetings when people come into those facilities charged up over whatever issue it is. So one of the things that we have looked at is the camera system within our facility that will document any actions that go on or any events that go on within the municipal building. Number 2, the physical or site security. You know, are doors kept locked? Do we have the entryways locked that people just can't walk into an office or can't walk into the administrative side or the public meeting room without being buzzed in? So that's more the preventative side. But you also have to look at the response side. How are we going to respond to an incident that does occur? So what's the mechanism for the police to respond to that incident? Is there emergency buzzer systems? Do you have bells? Do you have an emergency button underneath the credenza at the front of the meeting room for the supervisors in case there is an issue? Can they alert 911? Can they alert the police department? And then 2, what is the response of the police agency if it happens? Because typically the officers during those meetings are out on the road, you know, protecting the citizens and not here at headquarters. A lot of times I've seen a lot of municipalities actually have police officers in those meetings just to sit and observe, and it's twofold. One, it's a deterrent for people to, I guess, act up or to engage those supervisors in a hostile way. And number 2, we can react a lot quicker if something does go awry in those meetings.
Hello there. We want to highlight some information and important resources that are available to you. First part of today, we want to highlight the importance of establishing and maintaining a positive relationship with the local state police barracks or local jurisdiction law enforcement in your area. That is key to ensuring there is a good working relationship in case any emergency does arise, that you do need a response from law enforcement or the Pennsylvania State Police. Next, we want to get into some services that are offered by the Pennsylvania State Police. First being the Critical Infrastructure Key Resource Unit, which is within the Pennsylvania Criminal Intelligence Center, known as PASIC. What they do is they provide both law enforcement and non-law enforcement information to both public and private sector regarding any security threats or information. The next service we want to address today is what is offered free of charge and known as the Risk Vulnerability Assessment Team. The Risk Vulnerability Assessment Team's mission is to mitigate potential threats and critical assets, facilities, and operations within Pennsylvania. This is offered not only for the facility, but for events as well.